Greetings, fellow outsiders, and welcome to a game called End Cinderella. This is a retelling visual novel of the classic tale of Cinderella with, and I quote, the dinge of regret and obsession. Now, doesn't that sound fascinating to you? It does to me, so I'm excited. Let's read the warnings and get started. Warning, the following story may be upsetting to those who are sensitive to or dislike sad, violent, or scary content. Players sensitive to the above, including themes of possessiveness, obsessive love, or similar narratives, are advised against playing, or watching in this case. There are many happy stories out there, but this one abides by the rules of the older and more tragic ones. Due to the mature and violent themes, this story is not suitable for minors. So there we go. Are you guys ready? I am. Let's play! Fairy tales. Everybody loves fairy tales, right? Stories where true love and pure hearts always prevail. They're so ideal in a world where so many things can go horribly wrong. In this life, wicked people go unpunished. The right and just and fair suffer beneath them, too honest and good to do anything about it. Those who do rise above their nature often find themselves, in a cruel twist of fate, becoming the villain. We're entering our villain arc. It's so sad, isn't it? Wouldn't you just rather read something fluffy and lovely and nice? No, I don't think you would. Because of all the places you could have gone to seeking your idle entertainment, you came here. You want to see something sad and unfortunate, right? Yes or no? Yes. Then you've come to the right place. I happen to have with me a very sad story to tell. It's a story about a man driven to madness, desperately pining after the woman he loves. A woman he let slip through his fingers many years ago. He's such a sad man, you know. But as unfortunate as his plight is, his own end is nothing but his own fault. I wonder if you're hoping he dies. Actually, no. Or maybe you think you can find the quote-unquote good ending. I don't think you can. Men who chase for love, for no other reason than to satiate their heart's desires, aren't ever truly in love. They're only vacuums. They're only creatures, too sick and starved to ever survive. What's going on? Damn it! What do you mean everybody knows? Hi! I like your hair. I like your hair even more. My apologies, Your Majesty. I had nothing to do with it, I swear. How many people have you told? Only you? When I heard the private affairs of Your Majesty's divorce floating around, I made immediate haste to let you know. Well, that's not very helpful if it's gotten this far, is it? Get out of my sight now! Yes, sir. 1,000 apologies, sir. Hi. What? What a headache. If everybody knows about the divorce, I'm gonna be a laughingstock of many of my peers for God knows how long. That woman is honestly such a gossip. What, the person you're divorcing? It's only been 1 month since Silva, my beloved wife, made her plans to leave me be known. Something about falling in love with another, needing to follow her own heart's desires. I was dreading something like this happening. It wasn't often a king had his marriage so carelessly cast aside. I'm being left. I'm being divorced. My wife of 6 years is leaving me for a commoner. Damn it. Doesn't she know what I sacrificed for this marriage? It's not about love. It was never about love to begin with. It's a political marriage. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not like I loved her much anyways. I was the one who had to smooth over any of her social transgressions with the wives and daughters of other courts. I was always presented like a noble sacrifice we would have to both bear for the sake of the greater good. Even an affair would have been better than this. At least then the burden of reputation management would have been placed all on me. It's not fair. She gets to skip off into the sunset with her new lover while I'm stuck here to pick up the pieces. What am I going to tell her father? No matter how you slice it, this is going to be hell. Ella would never have done anything like this to me. Ella. Is that our real love? The love that we're gonna end up with at some point? Or not? A long time ago, it was just me and her. While the rest of the castle was content to leave me be, she stood out among all of them and offered her personal friendship to me. Ever since we were children, she was mine and mine alone. You could say it was love, but there was something special about how it bloomed between us. We started as children, so innocent in the world, and grew up alongside each other. Over time, it became deeper, and there was nobody else in the world who made me feel the way she did. But then I guess maybe my fate is fitting. When my 21st birthday arrived, I was tasked with finding a suitable wife to govern the country with. My parents had their preferences, and I, the fool I was, just assumed Ella would always be there for me, even through my marriage. When we held the ball to determine who my bride would be, I hadn't planned on inviting her. She was only a servant, but she showed up anyways. And something inside me found that offensive. It was embarrassing. She couldn't even afford to dress properly, and in front of my parents, too. These were my peers. She had meant well, but these were my peers. I didn't do anything when they scolded her and sent her away. I figured I could find her and apologize later, but when I went to find her, I was told that she'd left. All her things were just gone. You done messed up, dude. Could anyone blame me, though? You've got to do what you got to do. Surely there was something else we could have worked out. At least, that's what I tell myself. This isn't the first time Ella had crossed my mind, not by a long shot. Sure, Silva was beautiful and affluent. She was the cream of the crops, a bride to be envied by suitors far and wide. She had such an innocent glow and a spellbinding allure. I was able to recover from my loss, temporarily. I poured my heart into Silva. Then we married and I became king. I was no longer her fairy tale prince. I became an obstacle to be avoided, and yet a resource to be harvested. We'd begun to fast loathe each other quite easily. During the coldest moments of our marriage, my mind began to drift towards the warmth I'd felt with Ella. Some nights it was all I had to fall asleep with. She would float in and out of my mind like a ghost fermented in my misery. Oh, my darling Ella, if only you'd stuck around. I wonder if she missed me at all. I wonder if she ever moved on. No, she wouldn't have done something like that, would she? She'd never just move on. Without me, the handsome rich prince? How dare she? No way. How could I have been so stupid? How in all these years had I never considered that she could find anyone else? Dude, that's on you. The thought is making my skin crawl. Maybe she's understood the situation. Maybe she gets it. Maybe she's still my Ella. If not mine, who else's? Damn it. It hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm about to be alone for the first time since she's left, and I don't even have my consolation prize to show for it. I'm the laughingstock of the kingdom, and for what now? Why does it boil my blood to think that maybe she's no longer mine? For so long, I'd just assumed she would remain the way I remember her, but it's not uncommon for women to find other men too, is it? In fact, for all I know, some other guy could have swooped in the second she left. I don't even know she didn't leave with another guy. My Ella wouldn't do something like that, would she? She would never leave me, forever. She's been gone, my dude. I guess it shouldn't matter too much either way. It was just a fling. What she's doing right now shouldn't interest me. It's just the divorce in my head. It's making me irrational. I can't be so hung up over. Hello. I should go to bed. I can't let something like this eat me up so much. Can't sleep. 1 week later. I've done it. I've finally done it. The paperwork is all finished. She wanted a divorce, right? That's fine then. Once these are all processed, I'm free to go looking for my Ella once and for all. All those gossiping noble bastards can rot for all I care. I gave up everything for this damn kingdom, working myself to death only to have my wife ready to run off with a wandering tradesman. That's fine. I can't bring myself to care any longer. If that's how it is, so be it. It won't be much longer until I'm reunited with a love of my own. If Silva can just take whoever she pleases as her lover, so can I, right? This time, I'll choose my Ella. We'll make things the way they should have been all along. She's gonna have found someone else, isn't she? I have to admit, holding these papers in my hands now feels different from what I was expecting. At first, I thought it would mean the end for me. Who doesn't feel that way when they're getting divorced in front of their whole kingdom and country? But now I feel like I'm on the cusp of freedom. For so long, did I really put my own happiness aside? Did I really withstand lonely nights sleeping in an empty bed? Did I accept being shunned and disrespected by this vile wretch? How could I do such a stupid thing? I don't want to live in this kingdom anymore, and I won't live like this for much longer. I know what happiness she brought me, and I want that happiness again. I need that happiness again. I just need to feel loved. And I know exactly who can help me find my Ella. I'm sure if I ask politely, he will tell me everything I need to know. Is it a wizard? A wizard with magic and wrenches? Prologue end. Oh no, that was so short. Is there more? Give me more. I need to see more Ella. Is that it? Are you actually serious about this? That is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. No, absolutely not. Yeah, hi. What do you mean you won't do it? I am your king. You work for me. You have to. Check your facts again, Majesty. I am an oracle, not a wizard for hire. I read prophecies and act as a divine conduit. I don't make love potions and I don't stalk exes. It's not stalking, okay? I mean, it kind of is. You're asking for the private whereabouts for a person without their permission. That's weird. You're being weird. I don't recall asking for your opinion. This is a matter of true love. You wouldn't get in the way of true love, would you? Oh, absolutely. I do it all the time. But this isn't love anyways. This is infatuation. You're aware of how you feel, but you've got no clue if this Ella feels the same way. You're basically asking for divine retribution going all this way. Even if I could magic you up a love potion, which I cannot. What you'd get wouldn't even be love anymore. You'd get a hollow husk of a human being with none of the autonomous thoughts or feelings that makes them themselves. That's just a lousy way to go about in general, and it makes anybody who stoops that low kind of pathetic. So there's nothing you can do? No. Fine. Then what can you do? If you promise to leave me out of this after, I can consult the stars to see if you're really meant to be, as you say. It's not a promise, and there's a good chance you really won't like the answer. Most people don't. But it's the best way to figure out if you've got a chance at all, or if you're wasting both of our time. Really? Really? Yeah. Yes, that's perfect. Let's do that. How soon can we start? Let's just get this over with now so I can get back to work. I'm not a fan of his attitude, but if there's ever only one oracle in the world at any given time, beggars can't be choosers, and the royal oracle has never been wrong. In times of war, famine, and pestilence, their sacred wisdom has been vital. Of course, with as much as he costs us, Ezra's services are mine to wield for all the reasons and more. The least he can do is act like it. As a divine prophet, Ezra is the closest thing to God that I can actually consult. I don't like the idea of leaving the fate of my love to chance, but I know that the love we did share was real. If I could just have one more chance, I know she'd see that too. Once this jerk sees how destined we are for one another, he'll have to offer up the full extent of his capabilities to the cause. Right? So this is about love, isn't it? You're only looking to see if you're meant to be together. No, something more specific. I want to know what I've got to do to be together. Still not how this works. Prophecy is a prediction. It's the end result, not the instructions. If I had the means to tell people how to get everything they ever wanted, I doubt I'd be doing this sort of work right now anyways. I can, at most, see what happens if you continue down this path. You just need to decide what it is the plan you plan on pursuing. I'm pursuing my love then. My Ella. Whatever it is I've got to do, I'll do it. So be it. Oh God. What? What is it? What do you see? I can't do this. I can't be a part of this. What'd you see? Don't keep me in suspense. Tell me how it went. Don't do this. Whatever you're planning, whatever it is you've got in mind, just don't. Why though? I don't understand. It's not just meant to be. It's just not meant to be. Chasing after this Ella person isn't going to end well. I can't tell for whom yet, and that's the biggest problem. A prophecy is never crystal clear, but usually it's legible. For you, though, all I see is an unreadable agony. I'm not gonna give up just because you can't understand your own prophecies. I know what I want more than you seem to know what you're even doing. Why should I listen to you? I told you you might not like what you hear, but this might concern more than you anyhow. What if you aren't the person who gets hurt here? What if you hurt somebody else? Are you so willing to risk the lives of unwilling innocents to achieve your goals? If you can't read the prophecy, how can you even say that will happen? Your incompetence is not my problem. Maybe bring a legitimate prophecy and we'll see. Oh, bring a legitimate prophecy and we'll see. Until then, you're useless to me. Damn you. I can't bring you your prophecy now. By the time I can, you yourself may not even be alive to be able to heed it. If you can't even care about the harm this could bring to somebody, anybody. Can you honestly claim to be the kind person this Ella could ever love? The stars won't grant me access to your fate, but I don't need them to give you a prophecy of my own. Abandon your selfish quest for your own satisfaction. Someone like you, so discontent to sit with himself, will never be happy. You will bring misery to anyone you love, and then you will eat them alive. Do you mean literally? Miserable. That's all he is. He's just a miserable man. Of course, this was a horrible idea. An oracle has no sense of self or singularity. His head is up in the stars, calculating everything people like me live and suffer through as though they were small parts of a bigger plan. Why did I think he could understand what it's like? If it's not my parents or my title or my marriage denying me happiness, it has to be fate. It can't be me. I can't be the problem. Doesn't anybody care about how I'm suffering in all this? It's not selfish if it's love, right? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard is Ah, is this game over already? Well, I guess it is free. You get what you pay for. Oh, is that the end? Hello! Are you a new character? Hello, this is Marsha again. I'm really sorry this game isn't any longer. If you really could even call it a game, that is. It was only supposed to be a quick 12-hour jam for me. I thought I could get a lot more done, but I guess I spent too much time on sprites you didn't even get to see. That really sucks. It was still really good for the game that it was. I enjoyed it. Not much has changed in time, I suppose. But it's been fun thus far. It is a bit of an experimental art project for me, but I've been trying to study more about writing and programming. This was a good outlet, and I learned a lot. I've dabbled in horror before, but I'm actually sad a lot of the time, and I've always wanted more games focused on simulating catharsis for players. Not to mention, I've always been a fan of older and darker fairy tale variations. I've studied mythology and the history of fiction in and out of academia. It's a favorite topic of mine. It's a very interesting topic. And good stories to work with. A lot of stories today, you can find a lot of similarities to stories that were written before. It's kind of like, 10 Things I Hate About You was actually written along the same storyline as Taming of the Shrew, if you didn't know that. So like stories borrow from older stories a lot. Of course, I should mention again, this kind of content isn't really suitable for kids. And please do not use this to feed any sort of impulse or reenact these kinds of stories in real life. Yes, that is very true, especially for a lot of these yandere horror visual novels for you guys. Just don't. do that. Same with horror stuff. This kind of story exists to examine the psyche and human condition. Imitating it or using it to fuel support legitimate forms of harm is going directly against my own wishes. You're free to take what you will from this game, but it's a niche of psych art piece in my eyes. Maybe you'll get to see why later. For now, though, again, I hope you like this. I'm curious to see how this will play out. I've never made a game that was supposed to be sad before. Aw, I loved it. This was lovely. What a wonderful project. And I hope the developer continues with it, but if they don't, I hope to see what they do next, because the writing and the story was very intriguing. And I like the sprites. I want to see what the sprite for Ella looks like, if they ever finish the game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like down in the video and let me know down in the comments. And as always, I link the games that I play down in the description. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to leave some love for the developer. Especially because, I don't know, stuff like this is really fun for me to play on the channel. I hope you guys enjoy watching it as well. But on that note, I'm gonna say farewell, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, we're not alone out there, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.